Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Marilyn Darling Show. I should probably cover that up, or like this one. How's everyone doing today? Are you having a nice day? I hope you're having a nice day wherever you are in the world. Today, we are looking at a package that we got from our dear friend Jim Edwards. This is a very well packaged package. Let me get my scalpel, also known as my slice. Anybody else use slice? It's good stuff. Alright. Very excited. Let me see, what did Jim said? Well, he had responded. Okay. Okay. Here we have a really cute package. I don't know what this is, but it's some and I think this one is the pen. Ooh, I'm so excited. I can't wait. Get my board out. Just make sure that there's nothing in here. Grand importance. Okay. Dun da da da. Okay, so we have the shape of a pen. Is this a Garfield? Oh my god, I haven't seen a Garfield reel in like 100 years. Dun da da da. Oh wow. That is so cool. What does the tube say? Warning. Something. I need my eyes. I don't know if it's important or not. Trying sawing, sanding, or machining wood. Expose you to wood dust. No, to cause cancer. Pens cause cancer. I guess I'm dying of cancer. There's no getting away from it. Period. Speaking of which, I misplaced my tweezers yesterday at the OC Pen Club. I have no idea how I'll be right back. Hello?
Hi, is this Chad?
Oh, speaking. Okay, so here we have a pen. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Oh, very nice. Beautiful. Perfect. Look at that cap. Oh my gosh, the chatoyancy in these is just crazy. Oh, that's beautiful. It's got a little too many turns to cap it though. You can still post it though. That's nice. I never post my pens, but... Okay, move this out of the way. And then we're going to use the nib and feed from... These previous pens that he gifted me. That's the cat one. So, the reason that I had him make me this pen was because I thought that this one was just way too long. I mean, way too long. So I told him, I said, make it shorter, and so that it barely sticks out the back of your webbing on your hand, so that way the end of the converter would stick out, and you could twist the converter to get a little bloop of ink. So that goes in there. Oh, it's a little squinchy. Perfect. That goes in there. Nice. And then that goes over that. And the end is just enough to squinch out a little bloop of ink. I was kind of hoping that this would be a little bit more angled directly to the converter, but this is nearly perfect. And that grip section is just mesmerizingly beautiful. Wow. Wrong way. Oh wow, that is just really... And if you have like a bigger hand, you could stick the end of that in there and it posts to make it half as long as one of these. So now that feels like a normal pen. Let's see. I'm just going to use a Noodler's Conrad, for example. I almost never post my pens, but... Oops. That is very close. If it was just a little bit shorter, it would almost feel like a normal pen. Alright, let's... What am I doing? Okay. Put this away. That's a very nice tube. That in there. Hi, Rahul. How are you? I keep getting these notifications. Shut up. I'm busy. Oh no, I just pushed the nose bit off my glasses. What did I do with it? Shit. swear I would lose my arse. Oh, man. Anyway. Oh, maybe? No. Anyway. Whatever. How am I doing? I'm doing good. It's a new pen day. We're going to play with the new Bloop pen. It's just a little bit longer than I would like it, but maybe myself I could sand it down so that it doesn't have this black bit on the end and angle it toward the converter more. But it's almost perfect size, and it's just big and just long enough to get a little bloop of ink out. So we're gonna ink this up with a little bit of Waterman Blue, Serenity Blue. It's kind of a dark-ish blue ink. A little dusty. Barely even use this ink. I need to go to Walmart pretty soon. I also need to go to the bus store and deal with my discount codes. Okay. Enough of that. Oh God, come on. Okay. Push the converter all the way down, dip it in the ink, draw it up. That should be enough ink. And clean it off. One of the things that a calligrapher deals with when using a fountain pen to do calligraphy with is sometimes the feed runs out of ink. So it starts to skip. I mean, it might not happen on this one, but with this ink, but on certain inks it definitely skips. Okay, this one isn't skipping. Well, that's a shocker. Of course Waterman doesn't skip. Anyway, sometimes you need a little bloop of ink to keep you going. So be careful if you do get this pen. It does, and you do fill it directly from the bottle. You're gonna get ink between the housing and the grip section. Okay, I need to wash these. I'll be right back. What ink can I use in this? It's gonna starve. Trying to think. So, one of the things that I do with this is I will put a gold flex nib in here, and then it will starve of ink. Let's see. Here we have a Yovo gold, 14 karat gold flex nib. I'll put the flex nib with the Yovo nib housing. And I will stick that in there. Okay, I guess that's fine. This pen is tuned really nicely. I don't know if it's the feed or the way that the nib housing delivers the ink to the nib, or if it's the feed, but this is a really well working pen. I like it a lot.
This is a reminder. 3 p.m.
It's time for me to take pills. Okay, let's write Jim a little thank you message. I am so jealous. I tried swapping the nibs from a vintage shaver into a newer one. No, this is not a newer nib. This is a 2023 Yovo number 6 size 14 karat gold nib from fpnibs.com. Yeah, you gotta use the right. So each of the older pens, the arc of the nib is a different radius. So I don't know how to help you there. mean, this ink is very cooperative for this pen. I was expecting it to hard railroad and everything. I suppose I should put a more difficult ink in it. Waterman in general is pretty, a pretty cooperative ink for most pens. So let's put something more difficult in it. We're gonna put Diatramentus Document Black in it. I have a somewhat arduous time getting this to flow out of a pen properly, so we will see if it is any good or not. Let's see. I don't know how to spell. W A I S. Anyway, this pen is performing rather admirably. I am now wondering if I can put my other gold nib on here successfully. See if it has any difficulties. This is my extra boingy nib. I might be out of ink. Oh no, I'm not out of ink at all. There it goes. Okay, come on. What is going on? Okay, my alarm's gone off 3 times. I have to go take my pills. I will be right back. I think that one of the improvements that could be had to this body is if you had like a sparkly translucent section, so that way we could see the ink level, because otherwise we're still having to take the barrel off to see what the ink level is. Also making the inside of the barrel smaller, more tight up against the converter and making this more swooping like this bit, only all the way in. And then making this maybe just like 5 millimeters shorter. Yeah, about 5 millimeters shorter. I have very small hands, so these are just the notes that I'm making for myself. Translucent barrel, 5 millimeters shorter. Of course, it might be perfect for someone who had very large hands. Of course, if you have large hands, you should definitely have one of these larger pens. These are chunky, so large. Like, I was thinking thoughts about sending one of these to Doodlebud just to see what it looks like in his hands, because he has to have massive hands. Him and Dr. Brown, because the pens always look so dwarfed in their hands. Can't imagine what other things look dwarfed. What else? Oh, so it has a concave section, but there's no good flare out. So a really good flare out, and then up and then down again. So down, out, and then down. Just barely enough room for the whole knob to stick out. And then translucent. Sparkly. And then, okay, I've taken my pills. You can bugger off now. And then, let's see, come out, and then in, out, and then in. Breather hole. Nib. Number 6. Number 6. 6. Maybe not so concave, maybe just, or like this could be all one piece, sort of, kind of like a Wall Towns pen, but with a normal cap, not one of those little tiny shitty screw-on caps. And I don't mind that the cap is bigger as long as there's not a giant step down, which you did a really good job. There's a minimal amount of step down, so that's most excellent. This is a very beautiful pen. You guys can barely see what I'm looking at. Sorry about that. So these are my thoughts. Oh man, this is just such a treat to have such a beautiful pen. Oh man. Does this unscrew? No. Maybe? No. Nope, that's glued. Or it's part of the, I do kind of wish I could have more of a handle on this. That's why I'd like it 5 millimeters shorter. Let me see. Do I even have... do I even have a thing? Shit. Yeah, about 5 millimeters, maybe even a centimeter shorter. So you can get a good purchase on the converter. So you can twist the knob. But then again, this is just me nitpicking, and I'm sure that this will be a very lovely pen. So there's not enough hard stop. It's kind of a smooth taper, and I kind of have a little sharp edge on that thing right there, so I'm trying to hold it as if I had a bigger head. Excuse me. See how it's kind of skipping? And twist the end to get a little bloop of ink out. Very nice. The Bloop. Introducing the Bloop pen. So you could squeeze a little bloop of ink out. Wow. You guys have seen multiple times where my ink railroaded and all I had to do is reach up and twist the back of my pen to get a little bloop of ink out. And you will go through ink faster this way if you use a flex nib, but if you have a thought and you want to get it out in a timely manner and you don't want to have to keep unscrewing the pen, priming the feed, re-screwing the pen, the thought is gone. So definitely, and like, yes, you can get a cartridge convert, or you can get a piston fill pin, but 9 times out of 10 they're difficult to clean. They're even more difficult to take apart, and they're great for extra long writing sessions, but like, who writes that long? And who uses their ink that much that they need to refill in the middle of a thought? I usually tend to, if I'm going to write for a long period of time, and I know I'm going to write for a long period of time, I always check to see if I have enough ink, and then I write. So that way I know that if I run out of this, then it's time to stop. So here we have the Bloop pen, and here is my little advertisement. The Bloop pen. Stubborn ink refusing to come out of your pen. I have the right pen for you. It's called the Bloop pen. Just squeeze a bloop of ink. Just squeeze a bloop of ink to keep you writing. No more having to unscrew the barrel, prime the feed, rescrew the barrel. By that time, the thought flow is gone. With the Bloop pen, just twist the converter knob, and your thought isn't interrupted by annoying pauses. Dry inks, no more. The Bloop pen will keep you flowing. As long as there's ink in the pen, say good riddance to your broken thoughts and say hello to the Bloop pen. What do you think of my advertisement? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you would like to get a Bloop pen for yourself, you can definitely check out Jim Edwards. Let me see if I can find his card. I have it here somewhere. That's here somewhere. Did I put it on the wall somewhere? Sometimes I hang people's cards on the wall because I want to remember. Or sometimes I put them in a book. Okay, so it's not in here. What about in my journal? Trying to remember what I did with it. Did I put it in here? Oh, for bugger's sake. Jim, if you could send me your information, that would be great. It's not in here either. Well, gee. I don't know what I did with it. I like this journal. Well, let me see. Do I have a picture of it? I'm getting frustrated with myself because I'm a dumbass. Well, anyway, I will find out Jim's information and I will put it in the description so you guys can go and check out his website and where you can buy pens from Jim. And then I will be doing reviews on both of these pens. Full reviews on each of these pens and this Bloop pen. Ooh, that's a good many turns. Ooh, that's very close to the cap. I would definitely make more room in the cap. Because if you have a gold nib in there that's too long, you don't want it to scrape on the top of the cap. How can I feel inside here? There's no edge milled in either. Maybe make less threads in the cap. Or mill a ledge into the cap so it comes to a hard stop. I don't know, I'm just giving you ideas. Oh, that's pretty. See if I can tell how many. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and a bit. Yeah, that's way too many turns. Maybe make it 1.5. So like 1.5. That would be sufficient. But other than that, this is a very beautiful pen. I am very excited. I'm going to put that one in my... I'm going to clean this out. And then I'm going to put... Let's see, what is today? Today is Monday? Tuesday? What is it? 4 days. So I got 4 days until I can do it currently inked. And then I will do... I'm gonna be doing some... I'll be doing some reviews this week. Because I want to do this... I want to do this one tomorrow if I have time. I have to go to a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so... I have stuff that I have to do. But then when I come home, I'm going to either review this pen fully or this pen fully. I'll give you dimensions, sizes, and weights, and then I will do the same with this one. So, now that I've rambled on for 2 hours and a bit, no, an hour and 40 minutes. Hour and 10 minutes. Too long. Yeah, that pen definitely needs less turns. Anyway. Is that? What the hell is that? Anyway, that's all I've got for today. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope that you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Like, comment, subscribe. Ring the little bell. Make sure it's set to all, so when I upload new content, YouTube notifies you. Don't forget to check out the links in the description for Jim's site, and I will be back tomorrow with another video. So, get out there and enjoy your life. Be with the people you love. Tell them you love them. And I love you to pieces. Have a great day. Okay, bye-bye. So